Hiya. Yep. Another busy week as always. Oh, if you can hear that sound, it's the builders next door still renovating that flat. I know, it's very annoying. Sorry. For the last month or two, I've been feeling or sound like I've been living next to a goddamn building site! This sound's been frickin' driving me. See, this is what I have to deal with here! Ah! Shut up! I just get that. You see what I mean? This is what I've been going on the last time, my last my last blog. This is what I have to deal with. Constant barrage of noise almost nearly every day, and they almost do it during the evening as well. Oh, has he stopped? No, he's not stopped. Well, that's brilliant, isn't it? You know, those neighbours, when they got those builders from Selco or whatever building merchant they done to do up their house. I have no idea. They must be doing up like to 2 or 3 months' work. Maybe could be 6, but I say up to 3 months at the least. Oh, yeah, it was even slightly ongoing during the weekend as well. I mean, I can even hear them doing that noise even around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I know, it's not good. Well, it's the evening, of course. Yeah. Apart from the barrage of noise I have to suffer on a constant daily basis, I also oh, what is it? Oh, for goodness sakes! What is it? On a constant daily basis, apart from noise, I mean, what is it? You see that? There I go again. Mine just stops. Well, at least the sound next door has stopped. So that's good. So, trying to think what I was going to say. Well, let's just say the other day I went out to the sun, did some sunbathing. Probably stayed up about from 2 or 3 o'clock down to 4 or 5. It's about 3 hours minimum. Don't know if that's enough to get a bit of a tan or not, but obviously anyway I don't want to be stuck indoors forever for too long, so I'll probably be going out in a couple of minutes or so. But oh god, you know, I don't know what to say really. Maybe I should plan my videos a lot more here, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should. Think of things, what to say, put them down on paper. That's what I should do more often. And you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. One thing I can definitely say is there's been a lot of strange goings on the weekend. Like, I went with a friend of mine. Doesn't matter if it was a boy or girl. I just went out with a friend of mine and, well, man or woman, sorry. And there was this odd, like, festival or something going on in the Piccadilly, and there's like these 3 ladies along this small guy, and they had all the had this huge PA sound system going on, and they're all dressed up in Georgian period costumes, singing out to the top of their voices, and they were wearing huge dresses that looked like they were on stilts, and I didn't know what this was all about. I got the photos of it, of course. I might post them up on YouTube or Facebook or Flickr or whatever, but I just couldn't believe, like, you know, what I was seeing. It was just not like anything I don't think I've ever seen before, except in the movies, of course. But this was something different. It wasn't like that was something out of Terry Gilliam's The Adventures of Baron Munchausen or Pinocchio, or a live-action version of Pinocchio, or anything like that. It was like, well, maybe, but other than that, it was completely unique. I just found it so strange. It was almost sort of like I was being in the Twilight Zone. Like, I was thinking it must have been something I had to eat or whatever. But boy, oh boy, I don't know if it was a festival about Italian pasta or it had an It obviously had an Italian operatic theme to it, and I don't know, it's the most darnest thing I ever saw. I have to do some more research on Google in the library. Not that I want to rely on Google too much. I might as well just research it also at Holston Library. It used to have a nice and decent library, but that's closed up now. Annoyingly. I know I need to start preparing what subjects I'm going to... I should write down the subjects I'm going to talk about more often. Maybe write them down on a piece of paper and see what I'm going to discuss and so forth. Oh my god, what a beautiful week. Apparently the sun's been erupting loads of sunspots. Again, a huge solar storm from the and battering from the sun. I mean, I don't know how long Earth's magnetic sphere can hold out against this barrage, but it seems to be doing pretty well. Being our planets, it's very resilient. But then again, so all the planets in the solar system and beyond, in different galaxies, will have to cope with sun stars like ours that throw constant barrage of radiation and whatnot, and it takes a heavy beating on every planet's magnetosphere in a big way. I mean, boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's not something to want to be taken lightly, though. But I don't know, he's not something to be kind of like messed around with, being our sun. It obviously shows it means business. Big business, in big ways, more than one. Don't want to make this a long video. Do my best. Got loads of clothes and laundry to put away. Not that there's anything interesting about that. I know that most of you see my videos. Some from Facebook, see posts, and I know others may also may visit it through tags I put on, and you wonder on my YouTube page what is he going on about Asperger's in his about sections when I'm telling about myself. And there's been loads of videos of from people on YouTube posting about Asperger's syndrome, what it's like to have it. It's basically mild autism or high functioning in a way. But no, I'll make that another subject to talk about later on my next vid, if possible. Might be an interesting subject to talk about, and you wonder how it affects me and how I perceive the world and all that. You know, I'll dig up all the information. I won't go blah blah blah. Talk about from my own experience of what it's like, you know, and so forth. I'll save that for my next vid. Yeah, just I'm just chilling out, just trying to sort myself out, as it were. As always, yeah, Paralympics are still ongoing at the moment. We've won quite a lot of gold, but China's still ahead of us. Oh, be the Chinese, they're extremely competitive. No doubts about it. I mean, I was watching it the other night, and you know, I was very impressed with the athletics. Some of the athlete runners, where some of them had cerebral palsy, or others with a missing limb, using blades, to tell the truth, the Paralympics is a heck of a lot more interesting than the standard Olympics we normally see. And if there's one thing, and I mean one good thing I love about Paralympics, is people in it don't dope, as compared to standard Olympics of people who do. And in some ways, I suppose it kind of like puts shame on the regular Olympics, because it's they're meant to be setting an example, but I just feel in some ways the Paralympics sets a more better and more true realistic example of how far I can push the human body in such ways due to limitations of a disability or not. But it doesn't mean we let it limit us. It just means, like, you know, we're more than people think we are. We're not what they think, as it were. You know, just okay. Yeah, so I'll talk about my Asperger's maybe my next thing. Maybe that would shed some more light on the subject. I mean, for me, you know, working at MenCap as learning disabilities assistant trainer or just assistant trainer, trying to raise awareness as well as promote acceptance, you know, and advocate for people who can't voice or speak for themselves, but more importantly, try to help services improving, helping those they find very challenging, you know. But we've come a long way in such a long space of time. I mean, we've come, you know, we've come such a long way, and in some ways, more still needs to be done. But we'll get there. We always get there in the end. A battle, the war, still goes on against ignorance and those, unfortunately, who are very narrow-minded. Yeah, that's always the challenge. Yeah, I've been constantly looking. Apart from that, I've been constantly looking in the mirror and kind of like worried that I'm going through a bit of hair loss, because I know like one side of my hair was starting to thin a little bit. I don't know if it's just the fact that maybe this particular hairdresser went a little bit too far, maybe overdid a bit, or I don't know. I'm still in my late 20s. Hell, I know my dad started having receding, thinning hair, going grey, going bald. We actually lost all the top part of his hair, but he still got the back and sides. Amazingly, which is a good thing. So he's still got the back and sides that are left. I keep saying to myself, I dread the day when I start to lose my hair and end up just looking like my dad. Literally. Hell, I don't know if that's going to end up happening to my brother as well. I mean, he almost looks like he's starting to suffer a little bit of hair loss. Not that he's getting a bald patch or anything, but it's almost like it's receding quite a bit. I'm not saying as in loads, but gradually and slowly, like it's not as thick as it used to be. I mean, thick enough to grow out, but it's not like as in covering a few teeny weeny sort of like I don't know. It's not like covering a lot of his top part of his head like it used to. I don't know. Sometimes it's sometimes to do with the hormones, you know, that get released in the bloodstream. I mean, I read about one particular, testosterone-related hormone that when you get to a certain age, like in midlife crisis, or for women during the menopause, that it can, it does trigger hair loss, whether it be environmental, genetic, or, biological. Could be a combination of either of those factors. Don't know about neurological though, but definitely the combination of those three factors involved. Well, genetic disposition to baldness, what can you do? I think, oh no, do I want to end up going to the Belgrave hair clinic over in Victoria? I think that's a bit extreme. It's not like I completely lost all my hair. I've got nice, thick, healthy head hair. I use the right shampoos like Wash and Go. I don't know if that's recommended. I mean, I use, was it L'Oreal Fex Gel, something like that, and it's alright, it's okay, it's good. It's not too bad. That barrage of noise is back again. They're still drilling next door. I mean, hell, I can't even think for just 1 or 2 minutes without that constantly. I feel like it's almost going into my head. And see, this is the problem with having Asperger's. I suffer sensory overload, too much sensory input, and that barrage of noise is definitely a part of it. It almost feels like they're drilling into my mind. It's like, oh, shut up! I know I said it earlier, a few minutes ago, but it's still constant pain. Ugh, I'm gonna get out for a while. Get out of here while I still can before that's the enemy. Oof. I'm gonna stop it here, but I'll talk to you guys in my next vid and hope to speak to you guys soon again. Ciao.